All right, welcome back to the podcast, the fucking best podcast ever. And today, Daniel, for a AAA company, all right, that has millions and millions of dollars
Yeah.
invested into them, right? They make a beautiful game.
Yeah.
How much would you be willing to pay for a AAA title in 2025 at least?
How much would I be willing to pay?
Yeah, like the most you would want to pay.
I don't know. Like, low key, generally, with the quality of AAA games, I would rather pay like $50 for a AAA, but 60 at the most. And I do also want to say, I never buy deluxe edition or anything of games unless it's FromSoft. No matter how much I think the game is going to be good, I'm a base game guy, and if the DLC has good reviews, then I'll get that later. But I'm no like I know some people for games they're excited for will buy like a gold edition or collectors for like what, like 80, 90, sometimes 100. I think like Assassin's Creed, I want to say Valhalla, the like ultimate edition of the game is like $110 or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know about the new one, but yeah. For a base game, I would like to pay 50, but 60 is the most I'll pay.
So what if FromSoft said that you're not a real fan for buying the base game at 60, and that if you're a real fan, you'll buy it at 80? How would that make you feel, Danny?
I think FromSoft is a little, but actually no, this is great because the Switch has is the thing which is deterring people, and I don't know if I'm that much. But
in a hypothetical situation, if FromSoft said that, what would your response be?
Well, if they worded it especially that way, like, oh, if you're a true fan, you'll pay this much for it, then I'd be like, nah, go fuck yourself.
That's crazy because, Danny, that's happening right now with Borderlands 4. So if you might not know the Borderlands series, it's a very popular looter shooter game.
The looter shooter series. I'm
literally
not maybe not the original. They could be though. But yeah.
But they're one of the bigger and better ones, right?
Yeah.
The CEO and the basically director of Gearbox came out and said that, well, first of all, he first worded it saying it's not my decision when it comes to the pricing of the game, right? But then an article came out saying, hey, if you're a real fan, you'd pay $80 for the base edition of the game. This is base edition, not ultimate. It's not DLC. You're not getting anything out of it. Yeah. This is just the copy of the game is $80.
Okay.
And everyone is now furious and fuming because of it. Rightfully so, by the way.
Well, yeah, in that article, didn't he say, like, the true fans will find a way? Or something like that? Like, you know, that's disrespectful.
To get it.
That is
very disrespectful.
You know, like
me?
Yeah.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but for me, I've played every single game from them when it comes to 1, the pre-sequel, 2, and 3, and I've bought DLCs for all of them throughout console and PC, and I'm one of the biggest Borderlands fan. And from that statement alone, if he ends up going with this $80 route, I'm not buying the game. Just out of principle.
Yeah.
Because
especially
it's so disrespectful.
Yeah.
It's so disrespectful because, like, what do you mean I'm not a real fan for paying $80 for a game? Yes, I have a job. Yes, I'm employed. If I want to, I can bite the bullet and pay $80 if I want to, but I won't. Just because of that statement alone.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
What you said is fucked up. Because now I'm just going to wait for I don't even know if I'm going to wait for a sale, depending on if the sale is lower. I might get it, but as a base edition, I'm not paying $80 for it.
Yeah.
Like, it is so disrespectful to the point where the fans that have dedicated years and decades of supporting your series and game, for you to say, oh, you're not a real fan if you don't pay $80, is kind of fucked up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, I was gonna say, for Elden Ring Night Rain, I pre-ordered it, and I got the collector's edition, though. Like,
yeah,
it's got like the art book, and it's got the statue, and it's got like all that stuff because I'm a big fan. But FromSoft has always been standard in terms of pricing, like $60.
Yeah.
Elden Ring was a $60 game, not like
100%.
some other, even like Bandai Namco products. I believe Tekken 8 was like $70 on release.
I think that was the first one. I think it was $70.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be real. I bought that game on G2A. I was like, I'm not fucking paying $70 for this. I think I got it for like 30. But like for the base edition though, for $80, like Borderlands is good. I'm not gonna say Borderlands is bad, but I don't think Borderlands is like one of the greats. I'm not trying to say Borderlands is trash, but I'm saying when you think of like timeless all-time games, I feel like Borderlands isn't like one of those series. Like it's like a top tier AAA series, but I don't think like that comes up in like everyone's fucking lists. You know what I'm saying? Like, so to charge $80 fucking for a game like that. Cause you know what? Because I brought up Elden Ring. If they fucking like whatever next, like the Dustblood is the new FromSoft game for the Switch. Even if that was coming out everywhere, and they said this is gonna be $80, people would probably still buy it. I mean, Gearbox does have a good reputation, but like, I don't know. I feel like Borderlands is not a series I would pay fucking $80. I mean, I wouldn't want to pay $80 in principle for a base game, no matter who. But like Gearbox, especially, like.
See, that's the fact that you brought that up, because one of the two highest rated games is Splitgate and Expedition 33. They're the two highest rated games of 2025, and they are $50. So
Splitgate?
Why is a 50? Yeah, Splitgate is I think $50 or $40. One of those two.
Really?
It's not even 60. It's not even 60. It's not
even
even
60. Wait, Splitgate, like the fucking arena shooter?
Splitgate. Split Fiction.
Split Fiction. Okay, I was about to be like, what?
Not Splitgate. Split Fiction, the one where you play like from the guys who made It Takes Two.
Yeah. And It Takes Two, also extremely highly rated.
Yes. And it wasn't. So, like, a Split Fiction is a nomination for Game of the Year, and Expedition is nominated for Game of the Year, and they're both $50.
Yeah.
So, why is a game that could be such good in quality and in contention for Game of the Year be $50, but you're saying a real fan? Which, if I'm going to be honest with you, for the most part, when it came to Borderlands 3, it was kind of underwhelming compared to Borderlands 2, and I think the community as a whole agrees with what the content it is and what the direction they went with it. It's not very good. Okay, if I'm gonna be real with you, and the story was was trash in Borderlands 3. So the argument I saw also was he even said that Borderlands 4 is double the price. So like it's the production of it is double of Borderlands 3.
Yeah.
Which yes, I understand that is the reason for making it $80. Okay, if you want me to be real with you, I 100% understand. If you're gonna make $80 because the production is double of Borderlands 3, and Borderlands 3 was hundreds of millions of dollars. It was a lot of money. It was a lot of money into it. And you left it at that, people would have been like, okay, I'm still going to get it in sale, but I'll still try to get the game, but I'm going to get it in sale maybe. But the fact that you said, hey, if you're a real fan, you'll find a way to pay $80 for a game is fucked up. And it's today's standards where a lot of AAA games have been flopping for the most part.
Yeah.
It's not a good look.
That's exactly what I was just gonna get into. Like, I understand that the cost of making games maybe has gone up, but the thing is, they're like, I feel like it's totally lopsided in the production. I mean, I'm not gonna act like I'm an expert in like video game production or anything like that, but it seems like this is more a AAA problem, but they're trying to give you less for more. Like, yeah. And you know what? I think I really think EA is the ones who really fucking started this, like the less for more kind of garbage, and like that's whatever. But I think a lot of these developers, when they say, "Oh, well, the production is costing double what the last game was," like where's the money going? Like where's the money going? If the production is double, I don't know what most full length AAA games, single player games should be 60 hours, I would say. That's including some like side, like if it's an open world, like side quests and stuff, but like the overall experience should be like 60 hours, right?
Yeah.
I would say maybe like 30 to 40, depending if it's like a more linear kind of thing. But like if you're saying it costs double, that game better be a fucking 120-hour experience.
Yeah.
Because if it's not, where is your budget going? Are you trying to make cutting edge graphics? It's fucking Borderlands. They're known for the fucking comic book style graphics. Or like you don't need fucking like high profile voice actors for every single fucking NPC in the game. Not saying I don't think you should go AI for that stuff. I think you should keep people with their voice acting jobs. Yeah. But what I am saying is like if like where's this fucking money going if the game isn't twice as good or twice as long as the last one, then what, like, where's the money going that it's costing double? You know, like if you're Rockstar and you're saying this about GTA 6, you know, maybe I'll fucking believe you because it's been fucking over a decade since GTA 5 came out. Maybe I'll believe you. And I would assume that GTA 6 is going to cost more. I heard rumors that it's going to be like $120. If it's $120, I don't care how good it is. I'm not buying it. But
no, so my thing is GTA 6 is like the one game where I'll be like, okay, it's $80 or $90. I understand. I'm not going to get it for $80 or $90, but I understand why you put it at that high of a price because there's a lot, because apparently the map is almost double. So like it's massive. There's going to be more things to do in the game. There's going to be a lot of like they upgraded the graphics like insane. Of course, it's 12 years old, so they have to. But the game is going to be insane, right? I 100% understand that, right? But also Borderlands has a thing where they do is that there's loots. So of course, it's a looter shooter. So you have to grind bosses and you have to keep killing the same bosses or doing quests or something like that to get specific items or specific weapons.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's raid bosses, there's trials, there's like a game mode where you can fight in waves of monsters and get loot percentage. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's fine. And I understand as an art director, there's a lot of hidden details. There's so many different guns. So what they presented us before he said, hey, real fan, before all that situation happened, what they showed us and they told us about it, we understood and we believed them when it says, hey, the production is almost double from Borderlands 3. We can see that. And from what they showed us in the gameplay trailer, from the things they told us to what they're going to add and all that, we understood. But when a company goes and tells us, hey, you're not a real fan for paying $80, or when your CEO is saying, hey, you're not a real fan if you pay $80, that's going to deteriorate us from actually even going and talking and even wanting to get the game. Because the devs that actually put the blood, sweat, and tears into making a beautiful game like this, and a game with a lot of care, and listening to the fan base from what they messed up in Borderlands 3, to your boss being basically spitting in the fans and be like, nah, fuck you guys, is fucked up. Because a lot of the content creators that main Borderlands, that do a lot of Borderlands content, are like, hey, what the fuck? Like, I make content for you guys, and I'm basically like making your series alive and all that to only spit in my face. It's still messed up. So the fact that they did that is also very messed up. I do hope they retract from what they say and they do make it $60 and actually listen to us, because it is fucked up. Because he's been tweeting and he's been like, yo, it's not my decision. It's not my decision. He keeps saying it's not my decision. But why are you going around saying, hey, only a real fans? If you left it at, hey, it's not my choice on the price, we would have understood. We would have been like, okay, hey, we'll still think about it, but we understand it's not your choice. It's the board's meeting or all that stuff. But it's the fact that he said, you're not a real fan if you don't buy the game at $80, which is kind of fucked up.
I want someone to get the game and make a video that compares Borderlands 3 to Borderlands 4 band for band. Like,
yeah.
Are there double the amount of weapons in it? Are there double the amount of bosses in it? Are there double the amount of characters? How big is the map? How long is the experience? And if it's not twice as big as Borderlands 3 and they're talking all this shit and saying all this stuff, fucking cancel Borderlands 5. Or maybe, I don't know. But I'm saying, like, if they're gonna, like, take that fucking stance on it and be shitters, like, it better be God's gift to fucking Earth. You know, like, Unless someone
I mean,
is like, hey guys, like, I thought that this statement was like fucked up, but you know what? This game fucks.
yeah,
Like, I mean, I still, in the principle of how they approach the community and said that, I think it's still fucked up no matter what. But unless this game is like the fucking greatest, like goes down as one of the greatest games ever made after they were talking this shit, like, I don't even want to fucking hear it. I want to see it band for band and see.
yeah. I was gonna pre-order it. I actually was gonna pre-order it and be like, you know what, I'm just gonna play the game. I'm gonna get excited. But now of this, I'm gonna give it some time. I'm not pre-ordering the game. I'm gonna give it some time. I'm gonna give it like a month. I'm gonna give it a month.
I would love
And
to see
see
people review bomb it right when it comes out.
Oh yeah, like how would they do Tekken season?
Because like, if people really wanted to rise up and like fuck this over, like on Steam at least, you could buy a game, and as long as you have less than 2 hours playtime in it, you could return it. So like, you could buy the game, play it for a half an hour, fucking leave a terrible review, and then return the game, and then they don't get your money, and you fucking left a bad review on their game. Like,
Exactly. By the way, this is not a statement to go hate on the developers. The devs have nothing to do with this. They just make the game, by the way.
yeah, this is probably
This
the
is only to
publisher and the fucking owner. Well,
This is only Randy Pitchford who said this, by the way. His name is Randy Pitchford. This is only a message to him. Do not send hate to the developers because they are the ones who just make the game. They don't do any of the marketing. They don't decide on how much the game costs. They just make what they're told. Okay, so don't hate on the developers. The developers have nothing to do with this. This is only solely towards Randy Pitchford, who decided to be an idiot and make this comment. I really do hope he apologizes and maybe tries to, you know, lower the price to maybe 70. If it was 70, I'll think about it. I'll hard think about it. 80, I'm not buying it. I'm gonna wait for a sale. I out of principle, because of what you said and what you basically said to the whole community, I'm not buying it at 80.
Yep.
I will wait for a sale. I'm gonna winter sale, summer sale, whatever it is. I'm waiting for it. I'm not buying it at the full price. It's fucked up. It's fucked up in what you said and what you did. It's not right. But yeah, that's Borderlands news. Just fucked up. On to better news, more positive news. Elden Ring is getting a movie.
I think it's gonna be hype, but I don't know. Have you seen any of the? I don't know if this is true, but I saw a couple posts where people are like, Chris Pratt is gonna be fucking Mesmer, and I'm like, don't do that.
I hope they get no AAA celebrities in this movie. Like no like A-list celebrity. I really hope they don't.
I honestly wouldn't care that much if it's like A-list celebrity. That doesn't bother me, but like Chris Pratt is like a goofy guy, and
yeah,
a lot of there's like maybe 3 goofy people in Elden Ring, so I hope that
exactly.
But I actually like Chris Pratt a lot.
Yeah, exactly. I think with the movie, it's gonna be interesting. I really do hope how they approach it, because I mean, how are you supposed to approach Elden Ring the movie? Like, you know what I mean?
What I think they're gonna do is throughout the game. This is the guy that's on the cover who's like fucking holding the sword. His name is Vike, and it would just be like a layup to fucking make the movie about him. I don't know how like lore accurate they're gonna be, because you know whenever they make video game movies, it's always usually a shitbox. But this guy is like, your whole quest is to fucking like burn the tree and get the ring, right? Or fix the ring.
Yeah.
But the guy on the cover, Vike, he got to the point where he could burn the tree and he had to sacrifice his maiden to do it. And he's like, nah, I'm not fucking doing that. You kidding me? And the whole frenzied flame ending in the game, that's all like Vike's stuff. Yeah. Like, and that's why he wears the fingerprint armor, because the weird fucking 3-finger hand grabbed his armor and burnt it and stuff. That would be a good movie to make.
A Vike, yes, but I think you just do about the Tarnished, because if anything, you could do the Tarnished, you just do the base ending.
Well, the thing with the Tarnished is there's no backstory to you.
But that's the thing. Like, what do you need the backstory? Just everyone played the game. You know what I mean? I think it would be better if there was no back. And he doesn't talk, by the way. So like,
see, like that, I think it's like too goofy. Like if you're making a video game movie and then you're just making it goofy like that, I don't like that.
But that's what I'm saying. Making a game about a guy that doesn't talk is kind of hard, in my opinion. And like, thing is, like, for example, like technically, like for Malekith, right? When you fight by the way, if you haven't played the game, this is gonna be a spoiler. So like, if
you haven't played the game already, what the fuck are you doing? But
yeah, so when you fight Malekith, and he does the destined death when he has the blade, technically, when that touches you, you die. But in the lore, he beats Malekith without getting hit once. So now I'm curious how they're gonna do something like that when they fight Malekith. So you know what I mean? It's like Vike never fought Malekith. So like, are they gonna add Malekith? Are they gonna add Godfrey? Are they gonna add Renala and Radon and all of them? What is it gonna do? I mean, you have to add those characters. They're part of Elden. Yeah. They're like the main part of Elden Ring. And Vike didn't get to all of them, or didn't even fight them. I'm not sure about the lore if he fought all of them or any of them, but still, it's like, are you just gonna exclude them all? You can't. So that's why I'm saying, like, making it only about Vike is kind of hard.
Yeah.
I think they have to be the tarnished, but they have to spin it in a way a little.
My only thing is, like, if you make it about like it would be really, maybe not. I was gonna say it would be hard to like make like a Skyrim movie or something, because it's like your character is someone that you make, and there's a reason why the character is a blank slate, so you can associate with them. But then like if you make the character about like the character that the person is supposed to play, then I feel like then you have to like basically create new lore for it. And I mean, the lore is already so rich in it that I wouldn't want them to fucking like have to make stuff up and take away from it almost, you know?
100%.
Like, I feel like, or maybe if it's not about Vike, but I think that'd be the easy one. But like, I don't know. There's so many like individual storylines in the game. I know they would want to cover like the big thing, and then unless they're gonna make it a series, but they would probably want to cover the big thing with all the big boss fights in the movie to make it cinematic and cool. But I would hate to see them just like make nonsense.
You think they're gonna add anything with the DLC?
Well, if Chris Pratt is being Mesmer is a DLC guy, so.
Yeah, I want to know. I'm kind of curious if they're gonna add the DLC or just do the straight up base game, or they're gonna do like a second movie with the DLC. I don't know. I'm kind of curious how they're gonna do all that, because technically, the DLC is a separate story compared to the main story.
Yeah.
So they're a separate. That's a completely separate story. It's not part of the main story technically. So now I'm like, okay, how are they gonna do it? Moog. That's part of another story. So how are they gonna add Moog?
There's like too much lore to put in like one movie, but I'm low key like, I'm gonna go see it no matter what. Even if that shit gets a 0 on Rotten Tomatoes, I'm fucking watching
just for the
that
shits and giggles.
But like, it's a video game movie, and even though the Elden Ring lore is actually peak, like there's shit like the great movie material, I have no doubt that they're gonna find a way to fuck it up. Because what video game movie is good? Like
Mario. The Mario movie was animated, but it was good.
Actually, that's true. The Mario movie was pretty decent. Okay, aside from the Mario movie,
that was animated too. They didn't say if this was gonna be animated, by the way. So I don't know if it's gonna be animated or live action.
I think they said live action in the tweet.
Alright, if it's live action, we haven't gotten a real good live action.
Like, I mean, what game is I mean, like, you can't take the Minecraft movie seriously.
No, we can't take that seriously.
None of the Resident Evil movies are good at all.
No. Borderlands movie was actually the worst movie ever.
Really? Oh, I like completely forgot they even made that. That's how bad it was.
That was like objectively, not subjectively. Objectively, that was a terrible movie. So there has never been a good live action video game movie.
Yeah, so some of those shows are good. Last of Us season 1 was pretty good.
Season 2 is a little. They changed it up a little bit. But it's so far has been good.
Fallout show was good, but those are all like independent series.
But that's what I'm saying. You do shows. You can't. I don't know. You do Elden Ring. If you do Elden Ring show, that would be sick.
If the Elden Ring movie is made by like a super fan, okay, I think it could be really good. But
the director's not a gamer.
I don't care if he's a gamer. This guy has to be like fucking, Vati Vidya, the fucking lore guy on YouTube.
Yeah.
Who has the really fucking ASMR voice. Like, if a guy like him is the director, I think it'll be fine. But if it's like some guy who's like, yeah, I've heard of Elden Ring. I play some video games. I play Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Like, then I'm not hopeful. I'm really not.
100%. I think we'll see. I guess I hope. I mean, it's probably not gonna be out for like, I don't know, maybe next year. Maybe it might be out. Who knows? Depending on how the production goes. But I just hope it doesn't like. It's just all A-list celebrities and like there's no real like diversity into the show and just there. I don't want someone like The Rock to be in the movie because it'll just ruin it.
Dude, what if The Rock was the tarnished?
I would not watch the movie. I don't care how goofy it would be.
I would watch it. I'd watch it twice.
So
I'd watch
goofy.
it for you.
Oh my, yeah.
I'd go an extra time for you.
Oh my god, but yeah, that's it for the news. We'll see how it is. I guess from last week we don't have Sean hasn't exposed the VCL yet.
Yeah.
So maybe next week. Maybe next week or 2 weeks we'll still let you guys know. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
But that's it for the episode. Go to QORgaming.com/shop. Check out everything there. And that's it.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.